We got everything working well over there?
No.
I think we have a quorum, don't we? Yes. All right,
Don't say yes, it's running like a well-honed program.
okay. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order this 3 p.m. So first thing on the agenda, obviously, is the approval of the minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
A motion by uh, Emergency Manager Tass. Do we have support? Support. Got two people supporting. Mucho support. Excellent. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. All right, next item on the agenda is reports. We'll do the financial report first.
You'll see that we're currently at 30% expenses. We should be at 33.3%. Oh. Thank you. Okay, we are currently at 33.32% in our budget. And we are, that's where we are, and we should be at 30%. So there's nothing really that is outstanding. If anybody has any questions, I'll take any questions.
Okay, no questions for the director. Take a motion to approve the financial report.
So move.
We have a motion by Director Tanis. Anybody supporting that motion? Support by Commissioner Collins. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item on the agenda will be the director's report.
Okay, the director's report was submitted with the packet, and I do want to outline just a few things. We talked about at our March meeting, we talked about the link layer authentication that's coming to Lucas County on July 1st. And it was kind of up in the air at the last meeting on how that we were going to proceed with that. Well, since then, we've had several meetings, and we've been working with Motorola and PNR Communications, and some of the fire chiefs who are affected by this, and also on the radio committee. And what's been decided is we've got the radio counts from each agency that's affected. And the link layer flashes have been ordered by Motorola, and each of those will be directly billed to the individual departments. We have no timeline at this time on when those will be received and be able to be installed. Any questions on the link layer? The next thing I want to point out is we have posted for our 2 open shift leader positions, and we will be holding the written examination on June 17th. Part of our 5-year plan was to request for a systems administrator position. This position will monitor and maintain all the systems that Central Dispatch works with, and that includes all the interfaces with all the public safety agencies. So we have submitted that for the 2026 budget year. And the job description is attached. Did everybody get a chance to see that or get that? And then the last thing I want to point out is the sheriff's office has submitted for the 2026 budget year, the personnel requests for the sheriff's office as a whole. And part of that was a suggestion to realign the command structure of the communications service. Each service in the sheriff's office, other than communications, has a captain, a lieutenant, and then the sergeants are below that. So there's been a personnel request to elevate or make our service comparable to the other services of the sheriff's office. That was also, I have the wages and fringe estimated, Bev took it and made an estimation. So if anybody wants to see that, I have it. I did not include that in the packet. So if anybody has any questions on that, I'm sure between myself and the sheriff, we can answer those questions.
How does that affect the 5-year plan and that budget?
It was not part of the 5-year plan.
But I mean, do you know what that difference is gonna be? Or not until Bev does her study?
Yeah, Captain Pfeiffer is the one who submitted this. It seemed more appropriate for Captain Pfeiffer to submit it than for Lieutenant to submit it. So he did the wage study on it and got with the county. In the beginning, for the first year, I believe it's going to be nominal, probably less than 1,000 a year, just when you go from the wage, because you actually go down to the bottom, to the beginning starting of captain. And then towards the end of that, it'll be probably between $7,000 and $8,000 is what he's estimated. And we talked a little bit about it not being on the 5-year plan, and I thought that would be a good discussion for this group to decide, at least to discuss whether or not we want to move forward with this, or whether we want to amend the 5-year plan, depending on kind of what this body would like to do with that.
Sure, you said 8,000, is that in all positions? Or is that for like one, was that 8,000?
I believe it was for
Both.
both, yeah.
And any intention of, what do you do with that current sergeant spot? Would that go away? Or is there thoughts of like filling that, or how would that look?
We do have thoughts
that-
on how,
Because we're ultimately then adding a position, potentially then be thoughtful of
we do have thoughts on how we'd like to proceed in the future.
how it might look.
Any other questions for Lieutenant Purdue? Right. We'll go on to the next item in the agenda, which is existing business, and we have the open general public representative position. We do have an applicant. She's present with us today, Ms. Combs. And did anyone have an opportunity to review her application for the board? Commissioner.
I did review, obviously appears to be an excellent review for me, but I have also received information from other people outside this board that she's a well-qualified candidate for the position.
Excellent.
I'll make a motion to recommend to the Rules and Appointments for Denise Combs to be our general public representative.
We have a motion by Mr. Tanis. We have support by. All right, we have motion and support. All those in favor for the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. All right, and now we will go to new business, and I believe we don't have any. Public comment? No. Okay. We have the county administrator as our, in the gallery there, but any public comment online? None. Okay, hearing none. All right, we are at the point where we can take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Oh.
What's that?